Hi guys, welcome to today's episode. I remain your girl Lunge Basirat. We are making some sugar dogs today. Let's just go on a short break before we get started. Welcome back. So whenever I want to craft a mold with fondant, I usually measure the number of pieces I'll be using. So for this one, I decided to use 3 big sizes and 3 small sizes. My big sizes were about 7 grams, while the small was about 3 grams. So the first thing I did was to make all the small one into a ball. Then I made a hollow dent at the front, which was going to be my face. In that particular one, you notice that there's a crack part. I tried rolling it was still giving me the same thing until I decided to knead it, and I got the accurate smoothness I wanted, and I still went on to give it the hollow shape. I checked my balls and they were all okay. The next thing to do is to make a crackless ball from the 7-gram paste and make it into a cone. Every part of my ball was not crackless, but I was determined to make that my base or any part that will not be visible. So I took the pointed part of the cone and lifted it a bit, forming the tail of my dog. I wanted to give it a flat surface beneath the dog, so I used the ruler to smoothen it. At some point I used my surface. In this part you'd see that I was trying to fit in the head on the neck of the dog, and I saw that okay, it was of appreciable size, and just to make it fit appropriately, I decided to cut a part of the neck just to give it this flat surface and placed it on the dog. Can you see that it's giving little light to the dog? So the next thing I did was to make the remaining part of the 7-gram fondant I had available. One thing I usually do is to make my fondant easy to mold into different characters I want. I usually add icing sugar and CMC. That's like one trick that I use to make your fondant hard. Then this particular mold, I made it I think 2-3 days before it was going to be placed on the cake. I could do it a day too, but I just wanted to give myself some time and allow the mold to dry appropriately before sending it to the client. I continued the process with the cutting and checking it on my dog neck if it's going to be nice, and I was able to do that for all 3 of them, still giving it a flat surface and placing it. One of the things I usually advise is anytime you want to mold a character, check out the character. You are going to look at it from an artist's point of view, or you are going to be majorly seen from the characters as shapes. You see circle, square, different kinds of shapes, and you just start from the little piece. Before you know it, you're done. So at this point I was trying to permanently fit the head of the dog into the body, and I was doing that with the help of my gum paste, or should I say my glue. My glue is made up of CMC and just a little water, and I was using my kebab stick. I'd already cut it into very tiny bits so that it gives the dog a very firm stability, or how do I put it. So after that was done, my dogs are already standing without a nose and their eyes. The next thing I did was to make a cone out of my orange fond sugar paste and make it into their nose, just like we did the dog. I made tiny, or should I say small, cones. I cut the edge and I attached it to the flat part of the dog's head. Then I took my edible marker and just made circle dots or tiny circle by the side of the dog, giving it the eye and making it look realistic. You don't need to be a very strong artist or an expert to be able to make sugar paste. Like I said earlier on, you first of all try to check shapes around. You look at it from basic level, from round to square to cylinder to different kinds of shapes. I hope you're able to learn one or two things from this video. If you have any question, do not hesitate to hit me up in the comment section. See you, bye, and thank you.